Hello, it is Saturday, April 26th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, so we're going to be solving what could well be a particularly tricky, themeless puzzle. It's a Saturday crossword, so very possibly the toughest puzzle of the week. We'll just have to find out. And today's potentially tough edition of the New York Times crossword has been brought to us by Overfall Hitbox, Jake Rodkin, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They, of course, sustain this channel. They keep it going day by day. I'm very grateful to them for that, as I am for the efforts of all of the patrons at the Patreon campaign. Thank you so much to them, and you can join them at patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link. The bonus videos can be found there, as well as, for benefactors, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. I'm starting to catch up on the patron videos that have been missing because I haven't had time to record them since I've been traveling. So, just yesterday, the first from the backlog of mini puzzle pseudo speed solves has gone up, so enjoy that if you're a patron. Anyway, thanks to everybody who supports the channel, and thanks if you subscribe on YouTube, which is, of course, a big help as well. And finally, there's the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? This is a collaborative construction by Sarah Sinclair and Raphael Musa, who've constructed a few dozen puzzles between them for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. It's a Saturday themeless crossword. Could be a tricky one. We'll find out. Let's start solving. Intellectual. An intellectual is, what, maybe the literati or something? That's not really the same, because literati is a collective noun and intellectual is an adjective or a singular noun. So, what about Dickens Drood? Oh, is it Edwin Drood? Is it Edwin? Or is it Edgar? It's Ed something. The Charles Dickens character. So does that help with this? Intellectual. Esoteric? No. I don't know. What about this? Tantric meditation practiced while in a sleeping state. I don't know about that. How do you practice something while in a sleeping state? That's interesting. Maybe something you sort of train yourself to do, like lucid dreaming. I don't know. Blank boat. That could be anything. Bottled spirit. A genie? I mean, obviously, bottled spirit could mean a liqueur or a hard liquor or something, but it could also mean a spirit in a mythological sense inside a bottle, and I bet it'll be that, because that feels more Saturday to me. So intellectual, maybe egghead or something? If intellectual is an adjective, it could be egg-headed. Is that actually a word, egg-headed? Do you say, oh, that's a real egg-headed person? I've never heard that said, but I don't know. Engineer? It's not really the same thing. Okay. Blank boat. Word before mail or watch. Okay, maybe it is eggheaded, because you could have hate mail or hate watch, and that would be an H there. Let's put it back in. It's a weird version of that word. Let's see if it holds up. One's trained to administer naloxone for short. Oh, EMTs. That's some kind of emergency drug administered after an overdose or something, I think, maybe. Anyway, an emergency medical technician might administer that. Oh, it is dream something. Tantric meditation practiced while in a sleeping state. Dream. I don't know. I don't know what the rest of that is. Actress and comedian Edibiri. Oh, she was just in the puzzle. Is it IA? Or IO? Would you like a bite? She was in The Bear. That's how I know her anyway. Would you like a bite? IO. Want to try. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Would you like a bite? Want to try my food? So, okay, so Edwin Drood. Indeed, that's what I thought. Blank boat. Gravy boat? Oh, yeah, no, it is gravy boat. Gravy boat, like you would serve gravy from a gravy boat at a table at a meal. Okay, so prestigious octad. So that's a prestigious group of eight Ivy League universities in the United States, the sort of informal collection of prestigious East Coast universities. Countdown occasion for short. New York, no, it's not New York anything, it's New Year's Eve, of course. There we go. Okay, so, oh, maybe it's dreamy something, tantric meditation. Dreamy something or dream something. Probably dream something, but I don't know what it is. Connections puzzle, question mark. So presumably not the puzzle entitled Connections published by the New York Times, but rather what? Connections puzzle. I don't know. Creature in the National Audubon Society. Oh, it's an egret. The silhouette of an egret is the logo of the National Audubon Society, the bird-related society. Okay, destination for dermaplaning. I don't think I know what this is, but it's obviously something related to the skin because of the prefix derma. There we go. So a day spa, potentially? Some kind of skin treatment, I guess? Oh, dream yoga. Wow, okay, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. But that must be the tantric meditation practiced while in a sleeping state. I wonder if that's the first time that's been in the New York Times crossword. I don't recognize it. Connections puzzle. Don't know what that is. Emily Blank, winner of the 2024 Hugo Award for Best Novel. I think the Hugo Award is for science fiction. I'm not very familiar with science fiction novels, so I don't think I recognize this name. I probably won't, but we'll see. We'll see. Relative of a trivet. So trivet is a little, sort of a little structure on which you might raise up some food or something to keep it from being in contact with the pan. So what, a something pan maybe? I don't know. Relative of a trivet. There might be another word for, sorry, the trivet might have another meaning that isn't, that's something else entirely, but I don't know what it would be. Hard pass. Hard pass, like a difficult, maybe as opposed to a sort of easy A in a class, maybe it's like a class in which it's difficult to even pass. But I don't know what the phrase for that would be. I don't know. They're grated outdoors. Grills? Like a barbecue grill with a grate on it? I don't know if that's right. Relative of a trivet. Yeah, I just have no idea about that. I mean, there are plenty of other things that have grates outdoors. You could have a sewer or a drain. Those things could all have, drains, sewers could have grates covering them to prevent large things from passing into them. Yeah, but I don't know the answer. Okay, Aquarius is one. Perhaps, surprisingly. I have no idea what would be surprising for Aquarius to be one of. All right, we'll go up here. Like embers, they're smoldering or they're hot or they're ashen, maybe? Ashen? Relief. Aid? Okay, that would work with ashen. Let's see if that works. In the sense that they're made of ash? Because they've been burned? I don't know. Eat at. Dine at? Or... Well, you wouldn't really need the at there. The at makes me think, if it eats at you, the importance of the at being present makes me think it's sort of eating at you in the sense of kind of getting on your nerves or gnawing at you, maybe. It could be gnaw, but obviously that wouldn't work with ashen. Pointless is maybe inane. Fruit high in antioxidants. I don't know. You hear about this kind of thing all the time, but I can't really think of specifics. What would a fruit high in antioxidants be? What would a fruit with 5 letters starting with a D be? That's maybe a better question. Amazingly, I can't seem to think of one. The young man who is not blank is a savage. George Santayana. The young man who is not... Eat at. Snap at? It's not really, doesn't really mean that. Could it be gnaw? Could this be something else like embers? I don't really like ashen, because when I think of ashen, I think of, an ashen face as sort of something pale or light colored, which isn't necessarily true of embers. I mean, it could be, but it isn't intrinsically. Whereas something that, I think of ashy maybe as there's ash on it. Whereas ashen is sort of ash colored. It's just, I don't know. I mean, that might not be strictly true, but I feel it's true in usage. in common English usage. Does that... Fruit high in antioxidants. What is this? Why can I not see what that is? Is it mango? Is there any way this isn't relief? Aim? No, that doesn't need to be an A if this isn't aid. Relief. Doesn't really feel better. What about this? The young man who is not wept, maybe, is a savage. Let's try that. Night owl, typically. A late something. Does that help with this? Oh, aglow. Embers are aglow. They're still sort of smoldering and bright, or maybe not bright, but at least have some pale light to them. Okay, so relief. Yeah, it probably is still aid. So then what's this? Fruit. Oh, is it dates? Yeah, I mean, fruit could be plural. You've got a basket of fruit. Well, it's sort of collective noun. So you've got a basket of dates, a basket of fruit. So that could work. Short product overview in business lingo. A one-pager, maybe, a single-page document. And theatre district where the Mousetrap has been playing continuously since 1952. The West End here in London. I've seen the Mousetrap, which is an Agatha Christie play that has indeed been playing continuously since 1952. And it is astonishing. Strangely, I mentioned this on the video series once before, but the thing that really struck me after I saw the Mousetrap as I was coming out of the theater is I realized when this play began, it was set in the modern era. When this was first staged in 1952, it was set then. And it's never stopped playing since then. So that means at some point over the history of this play, this more than half century, the 73 years that this has been playing, it became a period piece because you watch it now and presumably it's basically still, it looks as though it's set in essentially 1952, or maybe, I don't know, it might be set in the 50s or ambiguously in the 50s or 60s or something, but it's certainly set at least half a century ago. But there was no one point at which that suddenly would have been true. It kind of gradually happened. And I find that incredibly fascinating. And I can't really think of other pieces of art that would be in a position for that to have happened to. Because other plays that are revived, it's all you revive it, and now there's been a break between when it was last performed and when it's performed now, and suddenly it's a period piece. Or you watch a film, and you can watch a film made in 1952, and obviously when it came out, it was set in the modern era for people, but the film is the same thing. You watch it now and it's not a period piece, it's just an old film. Whereas you watch The Mousetrap, but it's not just an old play, it's also actually a period piece. It's actually portraying a different era than the one in which it's being actively performed. And I just find that really interesting. And I've never seen a thing that's like that. And I'm intrigued. I'd be very interested to read a sort of full book or a long article about the history of performance of The Mousetrap and how that has affected the, whoever is directing and staging it at any given moment. Anyway, Blank Dun, brand of ceramic art and other housewares. May Dun, I don't know, it looks like it's a name, it could work. Night owl, typically, a late, I don't know. Fay Dun, I don't know. Aquarius is one, perhaps surprisingly. Oh, an air sign is, I see, because you hear Aquarius and you think, well, it must be a water sign. I don't know enough about astrology to know what it means. Sorry, for something to be an air sign, or presumably there are water signs as well. So maybe it is. So I don't know if that makes it more or less surprising to me, but I think this is probably the answer. So, a night owl is probably also a late riser. If you go to bed late, you'll probably wake up late. So Ray Dunn may well be a brand of ceramic art and other housewares. I hope it is. Expired is something used? I don't know. They're graded outdoors. Right. So with an R, it could be grills or drains. There. Are there any? No, there are no common letters between them, in at least positionally. Relative of a trivet, and I don't know what we're looking for there. Expired. Yeah, I can't think. Source of an unsigned love letter. Secret admirer? Yeah, that fits great. Good. It's always nice to get a long one in. Get some good crosses. Tear or tier could be, you could be on a tear. You could be on a spree. There we go. So, something expired could be lapsed. You could have a lapsed subscription, an expired subscription. Okay, so they're great. Okay, so these are indeed drains, I suspect. And then relative of a trivet, some kind of pad. A hot pad, like something on which you would put a hot pan from the stove or the oven to prevent it from damaging your counter surface or something like that. And so that you could use a trivet for the same purpose. Okay, so there we go. That's right. So hard pass is fail something or mail. Don't know. What about this? Yeah, okay, I don't know that. All right, yeah, I don't know these. What about this one? Connections puzzle is a dot to dot. Don't know what that would be. Okay, that's so relatable in modern slang. Same, maybe? This doesn't look good. Where an athlete has an advantage. Oh, no, it's probably home turf, maybe? Something like that. Home bait. No, not home base. You wouldn't say that for sports. Probably home turf. People often refer, or the home field advantage people refer to. Let's see. The turf part might be wrong, but home, I'm sure, is correct. Land granted to a vassal. Oh, a fief, like a fiefdom, in a feudal system. Okay, so that might well be correct. Gossip Girl fashion descriptor. Okay, I've never seen Gossip Girl. I'm not sure what this might mean, unfortunately. What about this? Convincing AI created video, right? A deep fake. Oops. Okay, and then Gaelic language is Erse. Gaelic language. That's come up in the crossword a couple of times before, I think. And if something's not as nice, it's a person could be meaner. They're not as nice. So then what's the hard pass? Fail mark? Doesn't seem right. Gossip Girl fashion descriptor. I don't know. Okay, connections puzzle. Yeah, I don't know that either. All right, I need to find somewhere I can get into. Literally, good word. Bon mot in French, right? It quite literally means good word, but it's used to refer to a kind of witticism. You might say, quite a bon mot. It's a witty phrase. All right, so is this dot to dot? What does that mean? Is that right? I don't know. That's so relatable. Okay, it's not same. I didn't think it was going to be. Artery access point, an on ramp maybe to a highway, a motorway maybe has an on ramp and access point. Could be. Let's try it and see. That's so relatable. I don't know. Traditional treat in Japanese New Year celebrations. Do I know this? I don't know. Charge to. It could be charged like to run at someone because of this at the end. So to charge is to dash at? I don't think that's right. Words on a statue honoring Washington. I assume this means George Washington. Is it best something? Best of men or something like that? I don't know. Charge. Rush. Oh, to rush at someone could be to charge them. I bet it is best. Blank Prime, protagonist in the Transformers franchise. Believe it or not, I've never actually seen any Transformers thing. I've never seen any Transformers show or movie, but nonetheless, I have heard of Optimus Prime, so I believe that to be the answer. Okay, mochi would be a traditional treat in Japanese New Year celebrations. There we go. Okay, that sort of often sweet treat, although I guess not always sweet. That's so relatable in modern style. Oh, mood, right. I remember, do people still say that? I remember for a while people were saying things like mood, big mood, meaning, I really relate to that or I feel that, but I don't hear it as much anymore. Anyway, connections puzzle. Is it dot to dot? Is that something? Is that the name of a puzzle type? I don't recognize that at all. So Emily Tess or Tesh or something? Tesk, hard pass. A fail mark? Is that? I don't understand what that would mean. I don't think that's right. Oh, and it would, yeah, the K wouldn't work here anyway. Gossip Girl fashion descriptor. Oh, preppy, like people dressing in a kind of like a prep school way, a preppy sort of way. Oh, Hail Mary. Right. Okay. So this is used in, I think, primarily in the sort of NFL contexts where a Hail Mary pass, it's a difficult pass to achieve because it's, presumably a kind of last resort kind of thing. So I have to think this is dot to dot, as in you're connecting dots in a connect the dots puzzle. Is that called dot to dot or something? I don't know. But I could see how it would be a description of such a thing. So I think this must be Emily Tesh. I don't recognize the name, but I hope that's correct. All right, so what about this? Lake Blank, setting for the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I've not actually read that, but is it Lake Superior? I mean, that would fit the fill and make sense. Vote for. A vote for is yay, as in yay or nay. So words, oh, is it? Best? Maybe it's not yay. Maybe it's yes or something. Plural, also, sorry, pronoun, also known as pluralis majestatis, the royal we. So the usage in, traditionally, royalty might refer to themselves as we rather than I. Okay, parabolic paths are arcs. There we go. That's at least straightforward. So what's this then? Words on a statue honoring Washington. Best? Maybe it's not best. Maybe it's B. I don't know. I probably should know this, but I don't. Okay, discovered unexpectedly. You're lit on if you lit upon something. I don't think that's right. Author whose name sounds like a canine. Oh, Woolf, like Virginia Woolf. There we go. So words on a statue honoring Washington are... Oh, it's not George Washington. It's not George Washington. It's probably, in this case, Denzel Washington. There might be another. There's probably other actors of that name. But best actor, it's an Oscar or some other similar acting award. that was a very good misdirection there. Okay, at least it worked on me. Discovered unexpectedly. Maybe it is lit on. How Joshua Slocum sailed around the world starting in 1895, becoming the first person to do so. Must have been the first solo sailor around the world. So discover, yeah, so lit on, that seems right. So Bills organization. Now, speaking of the NFL, it must be, is that the Buffalo Bills, the team? And then Flynn, yeah, it's Flynn of Old Hollywood is Errol Flynn, the sort of famous, adventurer portraying actor. Okay, so shakes but not Sundays are seisms. So seisms are, earthquakes. They're literally shakes of the earth, but they're not sundaes, they're not desserts. To rely on audience support during a show would be to, don't know. To do the impossible would be to make something. Eyeshadow for a night out, ? What's the pun here? What's the question mark? Does that mean it's not a cosmetics thing? It's some other pun? What would it be? I don't know. Something picked in a fortune-telling game. Pecan? I don't see why that would be true. You pick a petal? Like, he loves me, he loves me not. That's, I suppose, sort of a fortune-telling game. There might be other versions of sort of fortune-telling done with flower petals. I bet that's the answer. To rely on audience support during a show. And again, there's a question mark here, some kind of pun. Does it be, maybe to crowd surf or something like that? You'd be quite literally relying on audience support in a punny sort of way rather than what you'd think when you read this, which is, kind of moral support. Stage something? Golly, yeah, golly, gee. Stage surf, is that another term for that? I don't know. Ski resort worker, often. Don't know about that. East of Eden roll. I've not actually read East of Eden. Do I know enough about that novel to infer? I don't know. Okay, eyeshadow for a night out. Sleep somethings? Don't quite understand what this is getting at. Oh, is it? It's a. Is it a sleep mask? Maybe you literally shade your eyes from light for a night out, in the sense of you're out, you're asleep, you're unconscious. So is it a sleep mask? East of Eden roll, early home computer brand. Oh, I don't know. Tandy? It doesn't fit. I mean, sleep mask could be wrong. I bet it's right, though. Forgotten spot in the Caribbean per Hamilton. Oh, I don't remember. Where, presumably, this was the birthplace of Alexander Hamilton. I don't remember. Junk. Could be a boat, but it could just mean rubbish. Your point being, and, you might ask? Probably right. That seems like the cleanest connection. Early home computer brand. I don't know. Forgotten spot in the Caribbean for Hamilton. Is it Nevis of St. Kitts and Nevis? I don't remember that from Hamilton, to be honest, but it is a Caribbean island. No, it is, because I didn't think of this. Stage dive. That's what that is called. Stage diving. Yes. So, and then, I suppose after having done the stage dive, you're then crowd surfing, assuming the audience does indeed support you. So then what's the early home computer brand? Amiga. Yes, those were, I never had an Amiga or anything. I don't even think I knew anyone with one, but that was a home computer brand. Okay, so junk is dreck, it's garbage. Okay, circus performer, a tamer, a lion tamer. There we go, it's finally coming together at the end here. Ski resort worker often is a temporary worker, a seasonal worker probably. So to make magic is to do the impossible. And East of Eden roll Adam, that makes sense given the title. I mean, obviously it's not literally Eden, but okay, so yes, that's all correct, I think. It is. All right, well, there we go. That was the Saturday puzzle. I thought that was pretty tricky, personally. Let me know how you fared with that one. Bit of trouble closing it out there with our stage dive and our making magic and our sleep mask, which I got a little bit earlier than those. But bit of a tricky one. Bit of a tricky one for me. Some bon mots, I suppose, in the clues here. Some good misdirection. What were some of those? Yeah, to rely on audience support during a show, stage dive. I mean, I think something that I always find, I kind of enjoy encountering a clue when I can tell. Okay, I sort of see what the misdirection is, but I can't actually tell, what the destination. I can tell I'm being misdirected and kind of vaguely the direction in which I should be going, but I can't see the end point. And then when it comes home, I mean, I would say the strongest example of that in this puzzle for me personally was words on a statue honoring Washington, which obviously was not labeled with a question mark because there wasn't any punniness going on here. It was just some very subtle misdirection. Maybe less misdirecting for you. I don't know. This one really got me. Let me know how you managed with that. And then some things I just entirely did not know. I did not know Emily Tash, winner of the 2024 Hugo Award, so there we go. And did not know Dream Yoga, for instance. I don't think I've heard of that. I'll have to look that up. And egg-headed. I mean, I sort of inferred this one, but I don't think I've heard it used as an adjective in that way before. I think I've just heard egghead used as a noun to mean a kind of intellectual or a nerd. So yeah, some tricky bits in this puzzle for me, and then just some nice, well-constructed misdirection throughout. Oh, I didn't see this. Soft tap cap is a tam o'shanter. There we go. Okay, well, there we go. From the Robert Burns poem. Anyway, that was the Saturday Crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back tomorrow for the gentler but larger themed Sunday puzzle. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.